Greetings everyone, this is Aaron18 and welcome to another unboxing video. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a pretty good day myself. So you might be thinking to yourself, what are you doing with an unboxing video? Like, you never do unboxing videos. And that's true. But I did get something that was kind of interesting. So, there are a couple of things I first need to say. First of all, you might notice, for the keen-eyed among you, you may realize that my microphone looks a little bit different. That's because, well, yes, I adjusted it. The big brain. But what I actually did is I now actually have it plugged in via XLR. So before it was just a mini USB plugged into my PC, but now it actually has an XLR cable connected to you can't see it on screen, but it's a Behringer preamp, so it's a Euphoria UM2, just a quick and dirty way to get this thing to sound hopefully better. So I do have the gain turned up quite a bit, so if I sound a lot louder now, it's because the gain is basically max whack. That's because when I was listening back to it, back to like some test recordings, I found that kind of just sounded good because I don't talk super loud all the time. But yeah, so there's this. I might be using this a little bit more often. I do have the phantom power turned on, so I don't know. If there's a difference, let me know. But you also might notice that there are some black bars on the side of the screen. That's because then it helps retain this image quality in some way without losing parts of the frame. Instead of so I don't have like this top part or I don't have the bottom. I have it all. So the unboxing video is gonna be a little bit different because I have no idea what these are. All I know is that it's a gaming keyboard and a gaming mouse. You can tell that they're gaming because it's RGB. Let's actually start with the mouse first because it's the smallest one. So I have no idea what this is other than the fact that it's a LED gaming mouse that's in a gold color. So this is from Bugha Giersdorf or something like that. I don't know if I butchered that name. I most likely did. Sorry if I did. PC Player of the Year, apparently. That is up for debate. And apparently it's a limited edition. So as you can see, it looks like a bootleg, like Model O, which is very confusing. That's actually not confusing. It's very straightforward as to why, but yeah, as you can see, it's got that like honeycomb design. And other than that, it looks pretty simple. The box isn't like bad. It actually feels okay. And I've never said this before, and I will say this in the future when I'm doing unboxings. But that's actually a good way to see if a company cares about a product. So usually when they have if they have a good box, they care about the product. It usually means that they're putting a little bit more attention to detail to the small things. So like the packaging, which it's not bad. There's like bits of gloss and matte, so kind of nice. So Bugha, I have no idea. It's Kyle Giersdorf, and his nickname is Bugha, apparently compatible with PC, and that's it. There's nothing else. So specifications, there's not much. Adjustable DPI up to 3200 DPI, so not very good. My Logitech G502 Hero that I use, it runs at 3200 all the time. So like this is gonna be maxed out. This thing goes up to 25,000 DPI. I did a test with this in Minecraft. It goes up to 25,000 DPI. It's actually ridiculous. And it also says it's color changing. That's not a shock. It has side buttons. Not surprising either. So specifications: LED light, USB cable. It has a scroll wheel, left click, right click, mouse 4 and 5, and a DPI up and down button. It has a 1.5 meter cable. And it supports all systems with a PC and USB socket. Android, Linux, Mac OS can use this mouse, which is confusing considering that it just says PC on the front. It's hard to tell. Again, not the best focus in the world, nor the best camera. It's just a webcam. But it does say PC in purple text, and then if you look to the back, it actually says PCs with a USB socket, then Android and Linux and Mac OS. So yeah, I don't know. But it looks like that this is like some sort of special product because it has socials for the person in question. You can't see it, but it does say Bugha, Bugha. So I don't know which gamer this is, but I don't know. I've got your limited edition gold gaming mouse, so let's crack into it. So, as I said, the box doesn't feel too bad. No need for a knife, but crappy tape won't stand it. I should probably move this microphone. So yeah. Oh, that opens easily. It's not heavy at all. Like, this is probably a very cheap product. So obviously, before we can do anything, we've got to read the card first. Got the instruction manual. It's a mouse. You don't need an instruction manual unless this thing has like software and stuff, which I doubt. And then all that's left is the mouse. So 3, 2, 1. Oh, piece of garbage in terms of packaging. And then there's this mess. So at first glance, it's cool. Like, I mean, I wasn't lied to on the box. Like, at least on camera, they look pretty similar. In person, the box looks a little bit more yellow, I find. But yeah. So this is a thing. So it's very lightweight, which is not surprising because, again, it's got that like honeycomb structure. It's based off of, I'm guessing, a Model O. So yeah, it's gonna be very lightweight. It's not heavy at all. Like, my Logitech has heft, like, compared to this, like 3 times as heavy. And it probably is. Let's get this thing. Ooh, got a nice USB end there. Non-coiled cable, nothing special. So let's test the button. So this is left click. Let's get that closer to the microphone. It's not bad. Here's right click. Oh. Okay. And then the scroll wheel. Yeah, it's nothing special, so... Oh, that's definitely a different feel on the DPI switches. All in all, it doesn't feel bad. Like, by any stretch, I don't think. It doesn't feel great. Like this plastic, it has a matte finish and everything, so points there, but that's not very much of a big thing because matte has been a thing for like ages. It's it has like little slippy pads, which I think has a peel on it. Well, let me check if this has a peel or if I'm just an idiot. It might have a peel. I don't want to know because that might actually cause some of it to break. I don't know. It's very lightweight. It's not great like my Logitech one. It feels good because it's got that like matte finish and it's got that thumb rest, and I'm a huge fan of thumb rest. This one does not feel as good. I'm assuming it's because this is an ambidextrous design, so you know, if someone like that's left-handed, you could use this. I think, yeah, because it looks like an ambidextrous mouse, but then like the extra buttons on this side, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know, let's get this thing plugged in. So I'm going to unplug my Logitech gaming mouse, and I'm of course going to take this awesome twist tie off. This clear twist tie is nothing useful. The cable's 1.5 meters, it says, which, I mean, it might be. I don't have a meter stick because reasons, but yeah, it doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Again, not expensive. I would, like, my Logitech one's way better in terms of, like, build quality. It's got heft to it. It feels better because, again, it's right-handed. I'm a right-handed person. Ambidextrous, I don't really find that comfortable anymore. Because I think G502 spoiled me. The scroll wheel doesn't feel as good. Although it is pretty smooth. Like, my Logitech one, it's pretty tactile because it's got that metal scroll wheel. This is not the updated one, the 502X. This is the original 502 Hero. So it's still got that iconic metal scroll wheel, which I still really like. This one, it's not a metal scroll wheel, but it actually doesn't feel bad. Okay. So I'm going to unplug my Logitech mouse so we can see the LEDs, because I'm assuming that this does not have a software piece. Okay. Okay, my mouse LED's turned off. Actually, let me check the thing for it. Nope, it's literally just what it is. Useless to me. So apparently this is so it's forward and back. So bog standard gaming mouse, nothing special to see there. So one of the features. So I'm going to show the keyboard later, but one of the things I can do is it's gonna be very useful. My Logitech G512 SE gaming keyboard. It actually has a second USB port. Yeah, so it has a USB port, which then you can plug in like different peripherals and so forth. So I'm actually gonna plug the mouse into it to see the LEDs, not to use it. I mean, I would, but all right. Let's see the LEDs. Holy cow! Okay, you can't see that. Like, you can't see this on screen, but like that's pretty cool. So it is technically RGB, but not in the way I would have expected. So it looks like, yeah, there's more than one LED inside, and they all seem to have like their own different patterns that like alternate and so forth. So it is RGB or whatever. Doesn't say how many colors, so probably not that many. It actually looks pretty cool. So what is this DPI set to right now? Ooh. Okay. So what actually happens is that as you change DPI, it can change, it like seems to have an effect on these, or maybe that's just the LEDs working, I don't know. It's probably just the LEDs working, so you can't actually tell until you actually use the thing. Okay, yeah, so remove my 502. I just need to bask in the glory of a golden RGB gaming mouse. That doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel great, but I would happily use this. If I didn't have my 502, to say the least. But it doesn't feel bad. So there's a couple of things. One, it is very lightweight. Like, this is not a very heavy mouse. What's the weight on this thing? Does it even say? I don't think it says. Okay, we'll solve that later. It's very lightweight though. So because again, it's based off of like a Model O. It's got click. Like, the clicks don't feel bad by any means. I felt way worse before. I actually have a cheap, very old IBM gaming mouse, not gaming mouse, IBM Office mouse, and yeah, it's not great. The scroll wheels, again, it's smooth. It's not like one of those. It's not like a special scroll wheel or anything, but it doesn't feel like crap. The plastics aren't impressive. It's very lightweight. The RGB is whatever. But it's a golden RGB gaming mouse, I suppose. Let's get this one unplugged, and I will put that off to the side. Keeper. Now, I am less assured by the keyboard, because the mouse itself wasn't super impressive, and this keyboard is not super impressive either. So, looking on the back, again, it is from the same person, so Bugha, B-U-G-H-A. I don't know which gamer that is, or if it even is a real person. It's got laser cut keys, apparently, WASD gaming keys. That's such a standard that I don't even know. RGB LED lighting. It's got apparently anti-ghosting. Anti-ghosting basically means you can click more than one button at the same time. You can already do that, but then they all actually work instead of having one work instead of the other. But in this case, I'm not very impressed with it. They have to say anti-ghosting and RGB LED lighting twice with this like little schematic page instead of like the actual cool page. And this is actually there's also another limited edition thing. It is a 60% gaming keyboard, so like a very small boy, it seems to be. So I have never used a 60% gaming keyboard. I've seen a number of them, and I've felt quite a few of them, but I've never actually owned one. And because of that, it still has to get the F keys. So it has a function switch on it, which is just FN. You find that a lot on like laptops and so forth. But yeah, Nothing special there. This box does not stand in my way. I swear I've got a knife somewhere, but I feel like just breaking this box right now. Oh. Well, again, the box doesn't feel bad. Like, again, an easy way to tell if a product is good or not, very dirty, easy way to do it is just to feel the box. If the box feels any good, that's fine, because then that means that the company cares more about it, but then if it doesn't, it's likely not. There are some companies that don't care about a product, that do care about a product, but they don't pack it as well. There's other reasons behind it, but generally, if it has a good box, it's going to be probably a better product. So the box is basically the same, just a little bit thicker because it's a keyboard. So, opening it up, got this film, and I'm gonna see what this... Oh, okay, I don't think you're ready for this. It's gold. That's a thing. And it's got a detachable cable. Okay, so we get a USB cable. It is micro USB, which is unfortunate because, yeah, like, USB-C should have been adopted by now. Like, I'm not saying that micro USB is bad or anything, but USB-C needs to be used because everything is adopting it, and, like, keyboards are still coming with these crappy micro USB ones. You can tell it's micro USB because of how, like, small, I guess. There's how, like, wedge-shaped it is, so, unfortunate. And I highly doubt that this is a... Okay, so, keyboard out of the way. Actually, let me check. There's a manual in here as well, but we don't need it because we know how to use a keyboard around here. So, this is what we're working with. Oh, wow. Oh, that doesn't feel good. So, it's got this, like, matte finish. You can tell because it's not very... It's reflective. It's like a metallic one, but it's also got that, like, It doesn't feel good. Hear that? It sounds like... It, like, doesn't feel great. Like, the front feels... okay, I think. Not impressive by any metric. This side, like, this side, and then, like, this side. Both sides of it. Actually, all sides of it. Like, on the edges, it feels like a very fine sandpaper. I'm not kidding. The back feels... okay, it feels particularly hollow. But yeah, 60%, nothing special to see here. I like how, like, on here they have the micro USB port, or micro USB port, and then you have this, like, little square here for some reason. Which, actually, now that I think about it, that's probably closer to center, this, square. That's probably where they should have put it, but then they put it here. I don't know. Let me know if you've ever seen a keyboard that does that. So, it's gold, and it's a membrane keyboard. You can tell because I'm pressing the D key. And it sounds kind of, not impressive. Here's what the D key sounds on my keyboard. Yeah, so you can tell that this one is not tactile by any metric. It's like, in terms of deck flex, that's not bad for an all-plastic keyboard. Yeah, so, again, it is pretty bog standard. Nothing special to see here. That's spacebar, though. Like, it's genuinely louder than my Logitech spacebar, I think. Hold on, let me place them here. Here's the Logitech one. Here's the gold gaming keyboard one. I swear it sounds louder in person. Like, maybe the microphone, maybe you see it as, like, not as loud, but I swear it's louder because it's like a hollow, it feels pretty cheap. And the print is huge, like, look at it. It's a gigantic size. I guess that's fine, but, like, by no metric is that bad, so, yep, as you can see, FN to get, like, the other functions on here. And it also looks like that they had to move the functions on some of the other keys. I'm not very familiar with 60% keyboards, so that's a thing. I'm not gonna like. Yeah, this is how I would imagine a membrane keyboard would feel like. I've had a membrane keyboard before, but this is how I know it feels like. Pretty cheap. It's not. It's like because it's not. It's very light. Like this thing weighs like nothing, but then like it's dense enough that it doesn't flex at nearly as much. Like if you look, there's a little bit of deck flex, but not a ton. Like my Logitech keyboard does not deck flex, but that's because it has a metal backplate. This one's just straight up plastic all around. So I don't know what membrane keys they are using. I don't even know what plastics they are using. All I know is that it's a gold gaming keyboard. Actually, do they say what kind of plastics they use? Here, no, it does not. It just says, like, LED 60% gaming keyboard. Oh, well. Yeah, you can definitely tell, like, it feels like it's got, like, a good, it's, like, not very mushy. If you know what I mean, like, mushy membranes do exist. They don't feel great. It doesn't feel... It feels mushy, but then it's like they tried to make it better by making it, react pretty quickly. Because the travel... And, the keys go back up pretty quickly. So, yeah. It sounds mushy, but it doesn't feel mushy. So, let's see what this LED business is all about. Armed and ready to go into the keyboard. I'm plugging a keyboard into a keyboard. I don't know if this will work. It probably will work, just has to give it power to, like, the LEDs and so forth. Plugged in. Holy cow. Oh, there's a... That's terrifying. There's, like, a little square back here that goes all the way through. That is not good. But check out the keyboard. So, it looks... I mean, they're not wrong. It is RGB. But come on, this is bad. It doesn't even change colors or anything. The mouse was able to change colors. Where's the mouse? Here's the mouse. This thing could change colors because it had, like, actual LEDs that actually change colors. How hard is it to do the same thing with this? Probably difficult because it's 60%, but still. And as you can see, yeah, there's, like, parts of it where, like, kind of fades into the next color. So, like, it goes from, like, green to, like, yellow, then orange, then red, then pink to purple, then to blue, which I like gradients. You know, ever seen, like, I don't know, like, if you have, like, a good gradient, it does look good. This is not a good gradient. And, again, it's just, it doesn't feel particularly great. In terms of, like, it looks okay. If I paid $20 for this, that is perfectly fine. Actually, hold on. This is a perfect opportunity to see how much a product... Oh, I forgot. My mouse isn't plugged in anymore. Logitech, I need you plugged back in. There we go. There we go. I'm going to see how much this product costs. So... because I have no idea what this is. So the mouse, the limited edition one, seems to, let me just double check, real quick. Okay. I just found the price of it. It says that it is about, like, it's like $12, seems to be. Not great for a cheap keyboard. I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely not a bad keyboard by any stretch, but, like, that is not amazing. Yeah, like you can already tell, like my keyboard is feels a lot better now that I'm using it. Let me double check. Not much to see here. Again, I have a second monitor. I'm just looking up, like trying to find prices and so forth, and not really anything. Um, if I had to guess though, this thing's probably like $20. Um, actually, let me check on the Amazon. Um, okay, there's a complete one, like instead of being just 60%, it's actually a full 104 or maybe even 105 key keyboard for what looks to be $26. That's kind of the price I guessed. I'm not surprised. So, stupid twist type. Verdict. Not impressed. Like, I'm assuming that, like, I don't know who Bugha is. I looked at all the listings. Apparently, this is a Five Below thing. So, yeah, kind of not amazing. So again, from Five Below. This is about $12 if you were to get one. This is about 20. This is probably like 26, $27. I couldn't find any listings. For the like couple minutes I was looking, but yeah, so not impressive by any means. Yeah, I guess if you need a cheap set of peripherals, I wouldn't even get these. Like a Logitech G502 Hero costs like $40. And now during the holiday season, it might be like 30 in some places. And like a cheap keyboard, you can get super cheap gaming keyboards for cheaper than this. Like you could get a Red Dragon mechanical gaming keyboard for like $20 more. Like yes, it's more expensive, but it's genuinely better. So unless you want golden, like fake gold peripherals, I wouldn't get these by any stretch. But hey, maybe there's someone out there who would want them. So I guess that concludes this unboxing. Again, not impressive. So I'll leave that there. Bring back the microphone. Oh yeah. Before I forget, there's a couple of things I have been changing. Again, the microphone has been put into a preamp. I also have new lighting. So Logitech, it's one of their like creator lights, the Light Go or whatever. I forget which one it is. So yeah, if something looks a little bit different, that's why. So completely different lighting. I can actually then like turn it up and so forth. So I think this is the color one. I have it set to the coldest one, because I like the blue light. And yeah, I can make it way brighter. It's 3 settings. So that might be able to help the glare back there. Although that might be able to just do some editing, that'd be fine. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.